Yeah, right in front of me. Just popped up. I'm like, oh great. Hello and welcome to, Carlin's Worlds. Yeah, that should work. I'm a wanderer, a tinkerer, sometimes a nomad, a military veteran. I do things differently. There will be tinkering. I have a motorcycle, a truck, and a school bus. I live off-grid, so there will be some solar, batteries, inverters, and maybe even some wind. It blows. And that's all I can fit into about 30 seconds. Oh, and please, if you like any of this, it would be really awesome if you could subscribe and click that notify bell. Drop a comment if you have any questions or ideas. Share, like, comment, subscribe, notify. Oh, and Patreon if you're really an awesome kind of person. Cool. On with the show already. Yeah, right in front of me. Just popped up. I'm like, oh great. I hear a little whoosh. I look over and like by this tree right here, I see it start to spin. That one actually left tracks. That's kind of cool. I've never noticed that before. So this little line here was the dust devil. That's crazy. Fortunately, they aren't big enough to do much except for kick up dust. I've had trouble in the past where I had a master link come off and it leads to a long walk. That day was 20 miles, basically sunrise to sunset, across the desert. Slept that night and then caught a ride the next day. Yeah, so that was a big deal. Missed a shift or 2 shifts of work, I guess, out of that. Not a good day. So I don't like master links very much. I have bought a tool for swedging a link so that you don't use the master link, you use riveted chain basically. And I broke that the first time I used it, so apparently you get what you pay for. So the other option, and this is what I did on the last chain, you take off the master link clip, hold it with vice grip so that the 2 sides of the link are nicely compressed where they're supposed to be, and then you hit it really quick with your welder. Just put a blob on there so that it can't come off. Apparently on the internet, I'm not the only one to think of that. I got the idea from somebody else on a forum. Last chain, it worked fine. I mean, the rest of the chain was crap, but it wasn't because I welded the link. The other chain just was crap. All right, so what we're gonna do, I've got the welder out already, generator's running, and then I'll put my clamp on that. Okay, welder's on, quick hit. That's what we want, just a little one. Okay, what I got is a water spray bottle. Not so much for putting out fires, just to cool down the chain after I get the first weld on. I want to burn my O-rings if I can help it. Alright, I'm going to do the bottom one first, just a quick blob just so it can't come off. Going now. Probably burnt that O-ring a little bit. Alright, right into the second one. Probably not a good idea to do it wet. Alright, that's about all we're going to do. Not my best looking weld, but I don't really care. Grab it with the pliers and see if it moves. Because all we really want to do, we just want to say that that can't come off anymore. This looks pretty good. We probably torched the O-rings on that. That means that the master link isn't as well lubricated as it was before. However, that's not the end of the world, right? So now what we're going to do, I'm going to let that cool down. Actually, it's probably cool already. Yeah, it's basically cool. So I'm going to put the bike up on the lift now, and we're going to clean and lubricate the chain. But that all took 11 minutes, and there was a lot of fussing around, all right, including the dust devil. Before I lube it, I'm going to go ahead and adjust it. It's not very loose, but I figure while I'm here, I'm going to give it just a half a turn. So back off the jam nut first. Feels like we're out of order on that. Pretend we did the cotter pin first, then the jam nut. Little bump to loosen it. Okay, both jam nuts are loose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten it about half a turn on both sides. So, like that. Same on the other side, half a turn. And now that I'm over here, I'm going to watch the chain and see how much it moves. Yeah, I think really half a turn is all I needed on that one. This is a new chain. I didn't pay attention to miles so much, but I'm running a new chain on some old sprockets for now. Not ideal. One of the sprockets was completely tore up, so I put the, ironically, I put the OEM sprocket back on the back, and I'm running a 1 tooth bigger sprocket on the front for highway. Okay, that's it for that. Now, I can see where my cotter pin hole is, so I'll just tighten this back down again. Good. The way I've been doing this lately, if I can get a cotter pin back in without it breaking, I'll use it. If it breaks, then I'll replace it, put another better one on. I do have some in the bag, I just try to save them so I don't waste them so much. I mean, yeah, I know cotter pins are cheap, but side stand up, in we go. This has got to be one of the coolest things I've done lately. That just makes life so much easier when you're working on stuff. Okay, so I picked this up on Amazon. It's a 3-piece kit. Maxima racing oils, chain cleaner, penetrant lube, and then chain lube wax. This one you're supposed to spray it on, let it sit for 60 seconds, then you rinse it off with cold water. Then you use this to displace the moisture, and then this was your last kind of a coating. It leaves the chain waxy, so it should resist moisture. Paraffin-based wax. Got the bike up on the floor jack now. So I got the front wheel supported by the wheel chock. Rather than putting the stand under it, I'm just going to leave it on the jack for now. Not going to be working on the bike very much, just going to spin it. Now a lot of people are going to be wondering how this turned out with the welding part. This is the welded part right here. Still moves, didn't jam it up or anything. You know, I can't imagine it's good for it, but you know, I'm pretty sure I probably torched the O-rings that were behind that. You know, there's no way they would have come out of that looking good, but still rolls okay. So first thing I want to do, got one of my old washcloths here, so okay, I'm starting where I can see the master link. I'm just going to knock off some of the dust. Just trying not to get it caught in there. This is basically a nearly brand new chain. Maybe 1 tank of gas in it, so a couple 100 miles, something like that. Maybe a second tank, I forget now. Probably a second tank. So less than 500 miles, right? This is the cleaner. So again, I'm going to find my master link, or what's left of it. Right there. That's once around. Twice around. Okay, we'll just let that sit for a bit. Getting the next can ready while I'm waiting, right? Here's a free tip for you while we're waiting for a minute, which we're probably there already. In this case, since I welded the master link, we don't really care anymore, but the master link is put on in a direction such that your normal travel, it won't snag. What you want to be careful with is turning the chain backwards, because the tails, if you had your clip on here, or on the left hand side of the bike, so the normal wheel rotation is this way. So I was told, make it look like a spaceship. So this is the tail of the spaceship and this is the front. So it would go this way. So if you ever roll the chain backwards, like if you're coming off your truck or whatever, watch out that this doesn't snag on something and pop the clip off. I've actually seen that happen before, where the chain, the master link clip got snagged on something. We got it down on the ground, somebody looked down and here this thing was hanging, basically just ready to fall off. So that's another good reason for welding your chain. But if you ever roll the chain backwards, look for that. But I'm in the habit of watching for that, so I just always roll the chain as if you're going forward. All right. Okay, that's been a minute, so we're gonna flush it with cool water, which, since I don't got running water out here, I got my little spray bottle again. A little plug for these guys, this is the Aquabot. The idea is it's got an air pump that you push down, you pressurize it, and then when you push the button down, water sprays out. So I'm going to start up my master link again. And you can change the nozzle. It's once around. What I'm doing now is just getting the cleaner off. That's twice around. Three times. Alright, now we're nice and clean again. Now the second part is a penetrant lube that's also a water displacer. Alright, so I'm going to find my master link again. It's just how you know you've been around once, basically. So I'm going to go around a few times with this. Once. Twice. There's 3 times. One of these, I think it was the chain wax, talked about spraying it on the bottom of the chain. That way it falls away for most of the bike. Now I got it all over the back tire, but out here in the sand, that's not going to be a big deal. If you're lubing on asphalt, you want to be careful where your lube goes, because if you get lube on your back tire, you'll know about it pretty quickly. First time you go into a corner, it's going to slide out on you. Out here, the sand scrubs it pretty clean right away, but since I'm thinking about it, wipe it off the tire. Anyway, it's probably not good for tires. Now, literally for this video, I read the boldface, do this. I didn't read, 400 lines of 4-point text about what not to do. I'm going to wipe it once just to get some of the excess oil off before I wax it. Because out here, it's like you think excess oil is good, except it attracts all the dust. Alright, back to master link. It's probably not a good hand towel anymore. Okay, the last thing is the wax. And this is the one that talks about apply to inside a chain, so I've been doing all of them the same way. So shake it well, place motorcycle on stand, clean wax or clean chain, use a soft brush to break up and dislodge excess grease. I just use that washcloth instead. Allow spray to set up 10 to 15 minutes before riding. For best results, allow additional time. So I'm not going to ride this until tomorrow. So this one you got to shake. Okay, and this one comes with a spray nozzle again. Let's use that. Alright. Once. That's probably good enough. Alright, I'm just going to let that sit now. I'm going to set it back on the ground, but otherwise we're done. With any luck, this will prolong the life of my chain so I don't change it as often. While I'm up, I'm looking at my sprockets. Rear sprocket looks fine. The last time I changed, not this chain, but the chain before it, I really got low-end, cheap stuff, and it didn't last very long. Front sprocket, I'm seeing a little bit of hooking already, so next payday I'm going to replace it. Back sprocket is looking pretty good. I think I can get another month or two out of it. Ideally, yeah, you would change chain and sprockets at the same time. A new chain on old sprockets will cause everything to wear more. Real world, you know, money still is a factor, so do the best you can with what you got. I've heard a lot of guys on the internet say, yeah, if your sprockets are in good shape, maybe you change chain twice, one sprocket, or, you know, go from there. I've also heard that the OEM sprockets are fairly good. So that back one is the OEM sprocket. I put it back on again because the other chain and sprockets didn't last very long. So. And I've said this before, but out here in the desert, all this sand, it's just, you know, it's an abrasive. It goes after things that move, and if you lubricate your chain, the sand just sticks to it. So that's what I like about this wax is I think it's going to form a layer around everything a little better. So while you're up in the air, look around for anything that looks weird, right? Alrighty, set her down. You don't have to use a floor jack for your motorcycle, but since I got it, it sure is handy to have. And I'm jacking it off of the bottom of the suspension. Works pretty well. Yep, from there I'm just going to let it sit and dry itself out. Done. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something useful out of that. All the products I used in the videos I'm buying. Nobody's sponsoring me yet, so if something works, I'll say, hey, it works. If it doesn't work, you know, don't buy it. But I haven't used these products enough on this chain yet to say if they're any good or not. And realistically, I can't really put down any numbers anyway because I'm riding through sand. So anything that helps a little bit is better than nothing, right? Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. If you got something out of this, please click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please click subscribe. What's the other one? Yeah, you get the stuff on the trailer. Some of my videos are about the motorcycle, some are about the bus, a little bit about the truck, off-grid living. It's kind of a mixed bag right now, so if you don't like this video, look for the next one. Maybe you'll see something you like. Until later, bye. Well, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, that should work. Cool. I do things differently. Oh, and please, if you like any of this, it would be really awesome if you could subscribe and click that notify bell.
Drop a comment if you have any questions or ideas. Share, like, comment, subscribe, notify. Oh, and Patreon if you're really an awesome kind of person. Thank you so much for watching.